Welcome back to Crusader Kings 3. Today we're going to be carrying on with our Kingdom of Ireland playthrough. And of course, last episode we did finally give birth to a son, Prince Cafnir II here. Maybe I should have put the second in his name, although Cafnir I never did become king, of course, because he had his head ripped off. So maybe just Prince Cafnir is okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at our current situation. We do have low county control in Dublin. However, we are currently raising the control there. Powerful vassals expect council positions. We can declare plenty of wars, which I think we might do this episode. And we're currently in line to inherit some titles. Now, what's going on down here in the Earldom of Ormond? They're currently defending against Barcelona. Okay, they joined the Independence War down in Navarra, down there. There we go, the game just loading in for a second. So, this episode, I think we're going to move our capital up to Dublin. I know the control is extremely low right now, and the culture is Norse. Maybe we can do something about that. Where's our steward? Can I get you to promote culture in Dublin here? And have we stopped raising control? We have. Let's also go ahead and increase control there. There we go. And maybe we should move the capital now. I think nothing will unite the people more than having an Irish king in the true capital of Ireland here. In fact, I will go ahead and do that. It's not very optimal, but I think for the roleplay here, I do like this. So let's go ahead and move realm capital. You cannot change your realm capital whilst at war. Okay, we're going to have to wait for these two wars to disappear here. Our son is currently 2 years old. So he's growing up nicely. We will get him to learn some languages once he grows up. Maybe we can get on good terms with the English here if he can learn some language. And I believe he is our steward. Our brother-in-law, steward and champion there, does gain 25 opinion of us. In fact, we need to go ahead and look at our champions here. Let's see. So my brother-in-law, vassal and rival, you can be a champion. There we go. Who I don't want to be. Let's forbid my steward. I think my commander, he can be okay. My chancellor, let's go ahead and forbid you. My marshal, an army commander. Okay, I was confusing the marshal and him. Let's go ahead and forbid the marshal. And that's all good. The spy master is a woman there. We only have one really good champion, but if we look at him, he is really good. 28 prowess. He does have a child. Hopefully he can get some sons. So the next generation here of champions would be very nice. Now Sweden still does have a bit of land over here. Where should we expand this episode? We could go and take Gwynedd to give it back to the Welsh. We have failed once before. Or we could carry on and take advantage of the conflict in Alba here. And progress further into the Isles against Ivar the Boneless. He doesn't have any allies right now. We might have a truce with him though. Yeah, we have a truce with Ivar until January 17th, 915. We're currently in 911, so at least 4 years there on that war. And there we go. We do win the Independence War, so let's go ahead and pass that one. Now we're just waiting for the Duchy of Toulouse to end. And, okay, when it's winter, you can actually see some clouds here. That's cool. So we are in the winter months here. Now, it would be nice to get some more prestige so we can build in Dublin. However, can we already build? No, we need 200 prestige. Can we go on a hunt? Not right now. And maybe we should wait until the summer to go on a hunt anyhow. I don't think hunting in the winter is very good. It's very prone to accident. Let's look out for those raiders down here. And we can invite some champions. However, that would cost us some precious prestige. So let's skip out on that one for now. Because I do want to start building up Dublin, which will be the new capital of Ireland here. And look at Ireland in all of its beauty, finally united as one. England is looking okay. Danelaw is not looking okay, which is good for us, where we really want to kick out the Danes there. And it looks like my councillor, Orengus, has died of old age. So we do have an empty council position now. He was my marshal. Let's see, do we have anyone good to replace him? Look at this guy, Slabine here. Are you Irish? You're an insular Irish. There we go, 19 marshal. Let's go ahead and pop him in his role there. And before I forget, let's go ahead and forbid him as well. Oh, he is very proficient in battle. I think I'll allow you to stay as a champion. You are my second best champion, and maybe the men will respect someone with a proper battle experience here. So I think we're in a stage now where things are beginning to stabilize a little. Ireland is secure. England seems secure down here. What's happened down here? Brittany is still a thing. But sadly, we don't have any sway over there. What we could do, because we do have two daughters, maybe we can marry off to the English once again. Maybe even married into West Francia to expand our dynasty here. But first, our son, a brewing troublemaker, it seems. While I have come to expect mischief from my son and heir, Cafnir, his creativity keeps me on my toes. When it is not a prank, it is a brawl, a disgruntled tutor or grazed knees from an adventure gone wrong. Never a dull moment. So it looks like Cafnir here will be rowdy, which increases martial and intrigue. Cafnir is always on the move, full of energy and mischief. When he is up to something, it is not uncommon for others to get hurt. Never a dull moment indeed. So it looks like Cafnir is going to grow up to be a strong king in the making here with that +1 martial. But the intrigue might also be interesting. We'll see how he grows and forms into an adult here. Now, our steward does have 100 relation with us now. So what can we work on here? Maybe our marshal or even our bishop could use some use. However, everyone likes me right now, so maybe we could even attempt to learn a language. What languages do I actually know here? Now, where do I see this? I think it's somewhere here. I always forget where to... Ah, here we go. Is it the memories? Oh, gosh. Okay, it's not the memories. I always forget where to see languages learned. I don't actually see it right now. Maybe we don't have any other learned languages. I'm not quite sure how to see my base language. Let's go ahead. In fact, I need to click on myself. Let's go ahead. We can't learn a language. Do I have to click on you to learn language? Learn language. There we go. Attempt to learn King Ethelwulf's Anglic language. Improving the attitude of all who speak that language towards you. Let's go ahead and try to learn that. Only a 44% success chance. It will take 4 years. However, I think that would be beneficial to us in seeking some strong allies. And then I'm also going to hire a court tutor. Learn language scheme power +4 to 20 based on aptitude. Improves education outcomes and unlocks the have child study language interaction. So I think that should also improve our ability to learn language. And there we go. We have a genius, Sean Lin here. She is currently my court physician. I think I can hire her as both. So let's go ahead and appoint her here. There we go. She is both. So that's nice to see. We should be able to learn that language a little bit easier now. In fact, if we go here, we can sway and learn a language. That's nice. Is that a trait we have to have two friendly traits? Maybe. In fact, because of that, let's go ahead and sway our bishop. We are a holy man, so it would be nice to get on the right side of the church here. So I will go ahead and sway him. And there we go. We have the sway and the learn language currently in progress. An alliance with England would be very nice. However, first we have a lesson in charity for my daughter here. Carrie brought my daughter Skafak to the market today. Skafak was to hand out alms to the poor and needy, to learn about charity and a ruler's plight to the less fortunate. She refused to give a single coin to anyone, Carrie exclaims. Everyone we met either undeserving or beneath her. In the end, she kept the gold. Skafak seems to have developed an egotistical streak. Let me go with that word. That's right, girl. You're better than them. So she keeps the trait arrogant there. Skafak has no problem with her sense of worth. So my daughter is arrogant. Am I also arrogant? I am not. But it seemed right. And a notable guest has arrived. Eanswith of Abingdon has a claim on the earldom of Berkshire. That is in English land, so we're not going to do anything about that, as I do want to get on the good side of the English here. Hopefully we can unite, restore the Welsh lands, kick out the Danes, and even go north, and maybe even take over the Isles. We'll see. And there we go. We have lost that war now. So what was it I wanted to do? I wanted to relocate my capital to Dublin. So let's go ahead and move the realm capital here. Hopefully that should inspire some confidence in the people here, just to help those control levels a little bit. And then what I'm also going to do, let's go ahead and construct a new building here. We can build the war camps or the markets. Now the markets would give us some tax and supply limit. And the war camps will give us some levies, and an extra knight, and increased knight effectiveness, heavy infantry, skirmishers and archers. I think we will go ahead and build the markets though. We do need gold here to build the realm up. So I think that's a good idea for that one. Now we still do own Trally, which is nice. Let's go ahead and move the rally point a bit closer as well. That's all looking fine. So we're in a little moment of peace here, actually. It's once we've built up in Dublin. I do wonder, should we go to the Isles or should we go to the Welsh lands first? And it seems my mother has died of old age. And we do gain some stress there. So that's a little unfortunate. Now I believe this guy is still Welsh. He is. He is Welsh Norse. This guy is Norse. Now it would be nice if I could make you my vassal in some way. However, offer vassalage. He's not really going to accept that, is he? It seems not. What kind of wars can we declare against you? Can a holy war for a kingdom, maybe? The Kingdom of Wales. What are we missing here? You may only attempt one holy war against a kingdom to your title once per lifetime. Costs 375 prestige. We do have enough. Your level of devotion is less than Paragon of Virtue. That's actually the next level, so maybe we should go on a little pilgrimage. But first, we have the High King That Cares for our language event here. It's no secret that I am working hard on learning the Anglic language, and it seems that it's becoming common knowledge among the Anglo-Saxon peasantry. That could be good. They are referring to me as the High King That Cares. A flattering thing indeed. Even the lower nobles are lauding my efforts. I feel like my efforts have brought Irish and Anglo-Saxons closer together. That is something I can get behind. Perhaps I should hold a speech in both Anglic and Goidelic. So 60% chance here that the cultural acceptance between the Irish and Anglo-Saxons increases by 2%. We gain prestige and we gain the nickname The Kind. Make them forget me. No, this is most fortunate. Cultural acceptance. Yeah, let's go ahead and hold a speech here in both Anglic and our native tongue and see what happens. Unfortunately, though, we don't succeed here. We make ourselves... you make a fool out of yourself. So instead, we spend 150 prestige. That is unfortunate. Maybe there'll be more opportunities in the future, but right now, we are... Let's see, what is our name indeed? We are Fail Chad the Fool, not Fail Chad the Kind. But that's okay. Now, speaking of a pilgrimage, let's go on a pilgrimage. I think we do have enough gold. In fact, we might need 150 gold for the most expensive one. So let's just wait a tiny little bit of time here. And so we have that 150 gold just in case. There we go, 151 gold. But we do have an event in our royal court here. Murder holes and priest holes. A pallid individual who looks as if she has spent her entire life skulking underground is lurking in the corner of my throne room. I've heard tell you might want a secret passage installed. I can craft any impure corridor your twisted heart desires. Now I don't want to spend any gold because we're about to go on a pilgrimage. I shall enter and leave rooms only by the front door, wench. We do gain some prestige there, but we do spend 6 court grandeur. We will go ahead with that one. A bit insulting there, but it didn't gain us any stress, so I think that's okay. Right, let's go ahead and queue up this pilgrimage here. The holy sites are the places in our world that are closest to God. To see them for myself is to prove my dedication as an insularist. You choose a destination among your faith's holy sites. The further you travel, the more piety you will gain. Longer journeys are more expensive. Minimum cost 50 gold. Unavailable for 15 years. So let's go ahead and prepare the journey here. And then we go insular pilgrimage. It is time for me to set out on my journey to one of the holy places, but which one? Wow, the site at Jerusalem is actually 175 gold. I can't afford that one. The abbey is in Vaticano. This is a very long pilgrimage. Let's go ahead and pick this one, 125 gold here. And we'll go on our journey and hopefully grow closer to the Lord. And there we go, we do depart on our pilgrimage. As I prepare for my journey, I know that I will travel safely under the protection of God. My destination lies far from home, but in surface to heaven. Even my own realm must wait. It is time to depart. Let's see what kind of people we meet on the road here. And here come the Norse. Like always, they like to take opportunity whenever we leave. Greetings, High King Failchild of Ireland. May you live in harmony and contentment. It seems that there is no recourse for our dispute other than to settle it on the battlefield. Rally the troops indeed. How many people are they bringing this time? 7,000 men. We only have 3,400 ourselves. Hopefully we can call on... we can call on some house members here. So Wessex has 1,700 men. Let's go ahead and call them to the war. We also have... the Countess of Dorset here. In fact, we have 3 countesses. That's very nice. Who are you? You are my... I'm not sure on your relation exactly, but you are a member of my dynasty. So a distant relation there. Let's go ahead and call on Dorset. Only 400 soldiers, but hopefully that helps. And then we also have the Dorset of Sussex here. 300 soldiers. We don't have any allies, do we not? That's a problem. Let's see. Propose alliance. I've already proposed one alliance. And we can't pay them to join our war. Maybe now would be a good time to marry off my daughters. Of course, I should... There we go. So our house members are joining the war at least. So that's something. Let's go ahead and pause the game here. And let's see, where are we currently at? So 5,900 versus their 7,200 men. Right. Now, my oldest daughter here, she's currently 9. Let's go ahead and see alliance power, maybe matrilineal even. There we go. So we could get an alliance with West Francia. They're not at war, and they do have a whopping 6,200 men. His son is hunchbacked, though. What about this guy? Sweden. 5,300 men. His son is 11. They are similar age. Let's see. He's your second son as well. So, if anything unfortunate happens to his first son, which we won't do because we are a man of God, that could mean with a matrilineal marriage, we could even inherit Sweden in the future for our dynasty. I think we will go ahead and propose this one. The King of Sweden here isn't at war currently, so he will be able to come and join us. So let's go ahead and get a matrilineal marriage with Sweden. There we go. Of course, it's a betrothal, but I think we should get that alliance there. And there we go. We do have an alliance now with the King of Sweden, and he does have some land here, so maybe he can rally his troops there. To the benevolent High King Failchild of Ireland, I would gladly accept your betrothal proposition. Your daughter Skafak will be betrothed to my son Magnus. Excellent. There we go. And we can call on our ally there. Let's go ahead and call Sweden to the war. That would be useful. And what I will do also is go ahead and raise my men in Dublin. And we do have a pilgrimage event here, the Mystic. Gorma is one of the stranger people I have met on this journey. He seems to be a firm believer, but also expounds on the true nature of God and what it all means. At night, his tent is lit up by candles within, and occasionally strange chanting and unusual incense flows from it. I am wholly unprepared when Gorma bids me to enter. Ooh. Let's see. I am quite curious, but this also does smell of heresy to me. So far, we have been a man of God. We do have 2 virtuous traits, so I think it is better to say no thank you, as this does smell of heresy to me. That's not the way I have been raised to follow the Lord's commands. So let's go ahead and refuse that one there. We do gain a bill of piety as well, which helps in trying to level up to Paragon of Virtue. And of course, I should join you in this war. Our foes shall learn to fear the men of Sweden. Excellent. There we go. Hopefully, with their Norse tactics, we should also have a little bit of an edge here. And speaking of the North, a Northern menace. A horde of disjointed pirates, landless freemen, desperate lesser children, and other assorted miscreants have joined Tyke in his proposed assault against my holdings. Although the size of their force is formidable, they lack discipline or loyalty, which each scrounged mercenary focused exclusively on what they can get out of the war first and foremost. Unlike a conventional foe, it might be possible to simply deal directly with the invaders. Perhaps a bargain could be struck. Now, fortunately, these two do reduce stress, so I am... if it's land they want, why not give it to them? I do not want to give them land. And what land would I give them? He becomes my vassal. And we lose a lot of prestige at the chiefdom of Leinster. We could pay them 200 gold. However, in this situation, I don't think it's wise to do this because the banks are already low. So I think for roleplay, the gold one doesn't make sense. I also don't think giving Leinster to the Northmen here also makes sense. Even though it does reduce stress. We've just united Ireland. And to have it fractured so soon with the Norse moving in is not a good idea. However, this one here doesn't give us stress, so I think this is still an acceptable choice. We'll banish these invaders as we've always done. You fight the Nords the old-fashioned way. I do think that is the way to go there, so let's go ahead and pick this one. Meanwhile, we did get an event here. My wife does inspire recruitment. So the Earldom of Ossory gains focused recruitment for 10 years, plus 25% levy size. There we go. And Sweden have joined us in the war here. Hopefully they send some men soon. We have all the English men coming, and it looks like the Northman army is here. They're attacking Sweden, which is interesting, but they were also raised in Sweden. That is interesting. And on the pilgrimage, it looks like we've run into some bandits. I wake to the noise of chaos in camp, but it only takes me a few moments to realize what is happening. We are under attack. Bandits are swarming our tents and wagons whilst our guards do what they can to resist. Where is my sword? I would drive these dogs away. I think being a king, yes. Let's go ahead and pick up our sword and try to find it. And we do gain 75 prestige. We have fended off the bandits. There we go. Looks like the Lord was on our side here. And we do manage to sway our bishop, which is also nice. Now, these guys fighting all the way over in Sweden is probably to our advantage. However, it's going to be hard to get some war score against them now. And there we go. The pilgrimage. All roads lead to Rome. Pilgrims flock to Rome from all over the Christian world. Some follow the Via Francigena, others take less well-known paths. In the end, we all converge here at St. Peter's Basilica, where the great man himself was put to rest. These words are quite hard to pronounce, I'm not gonna lie. Standing here with the other pilgrims, I sense a feeling of solemn unity and fellowship shared amongst the gathered, all having overcoming various trials and tribulations along their journey. So we gain 625 piety as well as the trait pilgrim, so plus 10% monthly piety there, and plus 5 opinion for people of the same faith. That's nice. And we have walked the holy path, so we have returned now and we have become a pilgrim. That's nice. That will help our piety a lot. There we go. Almost getting a level up there. Now, all of our men are here, and aren't those... oh no, that's our ally. Now, what I need to do is sail over to Sweden, which is interesting to say the least. How much gold is that going to cost me? 34 gold. We're going to be put into bankruptcy, but that's fine. We really need to beat back the Vikings here. We can't afford to lose this war. And learn language. Lost in translation. The alchemist reached for the ostrich eggshell as the scolder looked on in fear. Then, suddenly, I'm interrupted by a fuming Sanchu. Did you just call my beloved father an oaf and a pig? He screams, I demand a recompense for this grievous insult. Perhaps my Anglic needs some more practice. And we could pay him some gold. I can't really give him some gold, though. Now, I am just practicing my Anglic. I misspoke. Hopefully, he forgives me there. And it looks like he does forgive me for that one. He's a very understanding man. That is good to see. And there we go. We do return from the pilgrimage. My journey has been a long one, but I finally come home again. While much remains the same, something has changed in how the priors and abbots treat me. I have undergone the journey of a holy man, and they insist it has changed something about me, whether I can see it myself or not. It is good to be home, indeed it is. And we can ask our faith for some gold. The Pope here, so let's go ahead and do that. We could really do with some gold, because we're about to go bankrupt. And there we go, he does go ahead and grant us our request there, which is nice to see. Now, hopefully all of our allies also sail with us here. Enemy ally joins the war. They only have 15 men, that's fine. And over here, we do get some administration. Plus 10% holding taxes. There we go, very nice. And we do have learn language success. After lots of hard work, I finally learned the Anglic language. Endless hours practicing accentuation, sleepless nights mimicking inflection, and countless lessons mastering intonation. It was all worth it in the end. During my efforts, I looked to emulate King Ethelwulf's accent. I am sure that he would be impressed with my results. And of course, Anglo-Saxon peasants now respect me a great deal more. Perhaps I should send a letter in Anglic. Okay. Well, I feel accomplished. Yeah, let's go ahead and send a letter to the king here. And, oh no, my letter comes across as dishonest mockery. So the king, Ethelwulf here, loses 25 opinion of me and grows closer to forming a rivalry. That's not what I wanted, although he is terrified of me. Let's see, but we have learned the Anglic language now, which is very good. So that should improve our relations too. If we look here, let's see, where is language? Respect minus 25. Oh dear, I always struggle here. Cultural acceptance, but 50% less as you learn, as you can speak Anglic. There we go. That's probably what's helping us there. Meanwhile, we should probably get back to the war. We are sailing over there. Our allies are not doing the same. For some reason. Where is Sweden? We have unlocked a new diplomacy perk though, so let's go ahead and look at this one. Let's go ahead and get flexible truces. Shorter truces and no prestige penalty for breaking them. Oh, that's nice. We can now break truces. These guys are raiders. But in fact, maybe we should land here. Oh, this is all a bit confusing here. Social manipulation. The first time it happened, I barely even gave it a moment's thought, but my uncle, Chieftain Isaac, has grown bolder. His challenges no longer pass unnoticed among my vassals. He is testing my limits. The other is sure to follow unless I can give him a taste of his own medicine. My uncle does not like me here, it seems. How dare you challenge your High King? Yes, let's call him out publicly here. I think that's a good idea. Now, maybe we should land here in this Swedish city, and hopefully that will make Sweden rise their men and at least meet up with me, because right now I do not see them. What's the banner of Sweden? Oh, it's this. Okay, so Sweden's actually over here. But it looks like these guys are now setting sail to come and join me, so that's good. And a faction targeting me has now disbanded, so we don't have any threat of a rebellion right now, which is also good. We're gonna just relax here, though, and wait for the Swedish to arrive, because we really need to go and fight these Vikings. But I am glad they're attacking these Swedish lands and not ours. That's a bit of relief here. It buys us just a tad of time. And there we go. The Swedish are arriving now. So with them, we should be able to beat the Vikings, which is good to see. So let's go ahead and march to the north here. Which should be a victory. It's quite a long way to go. But the Swedish will also help us, which is good to see. Let's see. We also swayed our bishop. He has maximum relation with us now, so let's go ahead and sway our marshal as well. How many more languages can I learn? There has to be a way to see our languages here. It's right here. Known language, Goidelic and Anglic. Current foreign language limit 1 out of 3. Whose language should we learn? It would be nice to learn Welsh as well. What do the Welsh speak? Bryphonic, there we go. Maybe I can go ahead and learn language. Let's go ahead and start that, because I do want to restore the Welsh lands. It would be nice to have the Welsh as some allies here. So let's go ahead and unpause here. We're going to go and deal with these Viking invaders. Hopefully the King of Sweden sees our good nature here and come in to sail to his lands to defend them. And my queen and wife is now pregnant. Hopefully she can give me another son, just so the succession is a tad more secure. And here we go. We're finally going to fight the Norsemen. Hopefully this should be an easy victory for us, as we have over 9,000 men there. There we go, and that is the end of the war. But before we end that, let's go ahead and look at what happened. We will auto-expand this one. So we do manage to wound their commander. Our champion was wounded. Two of our champions were wounded there, which is a bit of a shame. But that's okay. A small price to pay. And we will go ahead and enforce our demands there. Greeting, High King Fairchild of Ireland. Your wisdom and mercy are legendary. I know when I am defeated. It seems I am left with no choice but to comply with your demands. So be it. And let's go ahead and disband our armies there. There we go. And we can invite champions. I don't want to right now. Let's go ahead and turn off the reminders for that, because we need the prestige to build up Dublin. We do have few champions, but that's a small price to pay at the moment, I think. Now, we have plenty of prestige, but gold is another thing. We're still building here anyway. We're getting close to Paragon of Virtues. I think that's a good place to end. We do manage to kick back the Northmen. Ireland is united, and it looks like we're trying to get closer with an alliance with England. So maybe next episode we will finally launch an attack into Gwynedd here and take it back from the Norse. Oh, guy. You almost look like a giant, but you are not. Interesting. But yeah, thank you for watching. I will be back on Monday with another Crusader Kings 3 video, and I shall see you next time.